So 3 days ago was the launch of the Nintendo Switch 2. I went to the midnight premiere, and this is what I have recorded from it. Enjoy.
Here we go, off the rails. Don't you know it's time to raise our sails? It's freedom like you never knew.
So it's currently 8:38 right now. We're heading up a little early to beat the line. So I have my pre-order ready. I just gotta go there and pick it up. That's mainly a majority of what I'm gonna record there. So we gotta wait there for like 3 hours. But I brought my Game Boy SP and a copy of Tetris, so I'm pretty much entertained for that whole time period. So I guess I'll catch you guys there. So not only did I not finish that transition, I didn't even play my Game Boy, but for like 2 minutes. So yeah, so not only were we the first people there was only like 8 people there when I got there, and that was at 9 o'clock. And since the GameStop opened at 11, I thought there would be more people there. I mean, we were there 2 hours early, but everyone started rolling in around 10 o'clock, which you'll see later in the video, but it's just insane to me that we never even got to a point where there was a lot of people there earlier than what they should have been. Alright. Now we're here. We just gotta wait. What time is it? It's currently 9:30. And the store opens at, what, 11? Great. I'll come back later. So, we have a lot of time to kill, so I'm just gonna play my Game Boy. I got Tetris in this junk. And, I guess that's what we're gonna do for a little bit. So, yeah. Roll time lapse. And so I did for 2 minutes.
You just say, but like.
So I gave Blood my Game Boy, and he's getting cooked into oblivion. He's playing Tetris right now. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, he is. Oh, maybe he's not getting cooked. Certainly not winning though. It is now 9:42 and the line's starting to pick up. So we'll see where this goes. Yeah. So the night kind of continues on like this. More people kept joining in. So there was a guy and I wanted to interview him. He didn't have a pre-order yet, so this is what I had recorded from him. So how optimistic are you to get a Switch 2?
You know what? I just came here on a whim. I actually went for groceries and I was like, man, I'm gonna try to get one. Everybody else got one. I got like the email thing from Nintendo that was like, you can reserve your Switch, but then it expired before I could respond to it. So now I hope that like somebody from GameStop shows up and is like, oh, don't worry, we got extras. And that like quells my worries. If I go home empty-handed, that's fine. I'll be back tomorrow.
Well, I'm sure you'll get one.
I'm sure I'll get one eventually.
I'm sure they have extras here, so it'll be fine.
Yeah, I think so too. If not, you know what? They're gonna be back open at like what, 8 a.m. tomorrow? There's like 6 stores on this block that should carry something.
There's like 6 stores, so you're good.
All right.
There were no extras. While also interviewing the guy behind me, I went to the guy to the very front of the line and interviewed him, and this is what I got. So, I'm currently with the first guy in line, and we're gonna do a little interview. So, what time did you get here?
4:30.
4:30.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you have a pre-order?
Yes.
Very cool. Are you getting a bundle or a standard edition?
Bundle.
You're getting a bundle?
Mario Kart.
Very nice, very nice. So, how do you feel lucky now that the line's starting to really form?
Yeah, I feel really lucky. I do not regret it at all.
Very nice. Well,
Sitting here for 5 hours alone, at first I was like, was it really, should I have? But yeah, it was definitely worth the effort. And
Well,
hey, got to play in the Marvel tournament.
yeah.
That was fun.
well, up to like 30 minutes ago, the line started forming, so I think you got pretty lucky with it.
Yeah. Honestly, I thought there was going to be a couple other people who showed up really early last time. They showed up like 12, 13 hours before the pre-orders.
Jeez, that's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
And we were sitting here for like 4 hours, just like 4 or 5 hours.
Dang,
Yeah.
that's
But
crazy.
this
Well,
time I was running late, but it turned out in
Yeah.
my favor.
yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
easy.
So the time is 10:45. I'm making one last trip down the line, and it's starting to get really long. It's wrapping around the building, and so now all we have to do is just grab the console and get out of here. So as you can see, more and more people started piling on to this line, and it ended up wrapping around the building pretty decently. By the time I had left, I was able to see people on almost the middle side of the back of the building, which is kind of crazy to think about for this console, especially for kind of a small city that I was in. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to film in the building, which is understandable, but I was able to get the guy who was first in line walking out of the building and showing off his Switch 2, and all in all, I think it was a pretty successful midnight release, especially for this city, and it was about, I'd say, 50 people there, which is kind of crazy to also think, because I don't really live in the biggest city, but it's cool to think that all these people showed up for it. So I just got my Switch, the line's starting to move, now it's time to go home, unbox it, and record that unboxing, so see you guys there. And recording the unboxing I did, but I forgot the transition again. What are you gonna do? So now, let's go to the unboxing. Alright guys, I just got the Switch 2. Let's do the unboxing. Come over here. You can stop recording right now. Alright, time to unbox this thing. Alright, is there any tape? No. Come on. Oh, there is tape. There it is. Alright. Alright. Come over here, get the money shot, get the money shot. Alright. Oh, dude. Alright, so right here, we have the console. I'm just gonna open up everything in order. Oh, dude. That's a sturdy kickstand. Alright. Kickstand is out. Here's the right Joy-Con. Ooh. This feels different. It's like a matte plastic. So here's the C button. Here's the C button and the home button, along with the front face buttons, and here is where the mouse mode is as well. Let's go for the left Joy-Con. This also feels really nice. It feels premium. Triggers are still the same as they were originally. This looks really nice. It looks good. Alright. Now for the moment of truth. How does it feel? This feels pretty good. Oh, and they come off like nothing. They're smooth as butter. Alright, let's take off this, and I believe this is my Switch code for Mario Kart and cords. Here. These are cords. This is HDMI cord. That's not needed right now. These I'm actually excited to try out. These are the new side grips. They don't have any of the buttons anymore, but they do. I'm gonna set it over there for right now. But they do have these like new-ish design on them, where it supports the mouse mode. So it's got kind of like the rubbery feet of a mouse pad. Oh, that's so cool. And it just slides on like that. Ooh, I don't know. Doesn't feel too uncomfortable to use like a mouse. And then pops off pretty easily. So cool. I know, right? I like the finish on it. I actually like not having colored Joy-Con and having these colored rings. There's the other wrist strap. And this is the new Switch grip. It's a little different than the original one, because the original one had like bezels on the side, but now it doesn't. So if I take off the left and right Joy-Con, they slide on a little different. It feels the same as the original one. I think the original one actually feels a little nicer in hand, just because it has those curved edges, but this doesn't have any weird loop on it anymore. Feels like your traditional Switch grip. So put those on the side again. So cool. The dock feels heavier, probably because it's got an actual fan in it now. Wow. I really like this design. I like the curved edges of it. So the curved edges are pretty nice, and it's a lot fatter than the original Switch, or even the Switch OLED model. Just because it has an extra fan in it for cooling. Here's the charger. They finally got rid of the crappy built-in cable, and now it's a separate cable that you can plug in via USB-C. So that's pretty nice to have, at least for a new cable. And I believe it goes over everything in the Switch 2 box. But that's not everything that I bought. This is the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro Controller. That's the box. It doesn't really talk about any new features. It's a Pro Controller. I'm sure it'll be the same to the original, and I actually have the original on hand, so I can do a comparison to that. But first, I'm just gonna get a boxing of it. Let's open it up. Open. With it opened up, we have the charging cable, and the controller. Very bare bones, very extra. There's no extra stuff. So this is the new Pro Controller, pretty much the same. It's got the chat button now. The sticks feel different, and they're quieter. The buttons feel the same as on the original. D-pad feels the same. Face buttons feel the same. Plus and minus feel different. They're raised slightly. They've got more like a Switch, not Switch OLED. Actually, the face buttons feel different. It feels a lot more premium than the original one. These aren't springs. They're not analog. Back buttons on a Pro Controller, especially an inbox one, pretty nice. And the biggest addition, headphone jack for all of your online gaming that I'm sure you'll be doing. So it's pretty nice. Nice Pro Controller, nice Switch. Let's get it set up. This is the official first power on of this console. In 3, 2, 1. It's taking some. Wait a second.
That's cool.
This is very nice. I'm just going to accept the end user license agreement. I'll set up my internet connection and I'll finish after that and I'll come back to you guys. Alright. So I finished setup. I forgot to record the actual intro part. It was pretty cool. And also, like the big goofball I am, I forgot to record the comparison between the Switch Pro Controller and the Switch 2 Pro Controller. So here it is. Right here, I have the Switch Pro Controller Original, and also I have the Switch 2 Pro Controller. They're both pretty similar on the front, except where the player indicator is, it should be on the back. I don't know if it'll pick it up. There you go. On the back, it's for the Switch 1, but it's on the front for this one, obviously, because now you have the chat feature. And also, like I showed in my video, this has back buttons. The Switch original does not have back buttons. Also, this is transparent, and this isn't. But another big thing, this is a little bit more anti-repair or anti-self-repair, because it's all uniform. It's all one piece of plastic, except for this top part that has like a layer shift. Like, I don't know if it'll pick it up. It's like a little bit separate. It's like a faceplate on top of it, while this, you can take off the screws and whatever. Honestly, they both feel pretty similar, except for the face buttons. The face buttons on the new Pro Controller feel a bit more premium, and I think it overall just feels a lot more premium on this one than the old one. The old one felt a little plastically at times, but I think everything is relatively the same, except for the sticks. I think the sticks and the buttons are different, but other than that, it's pretty much a Switch Pro Controller. You can't really get much worse than that, so yeah. So here we are. It's June 8th, 2025. I'm currently recording this at 12:07 a.m. And I gotta say, it feels weird. I'm gonna get a little sentimental here. I got the Nintendo Switch back in 2018 with my first game being Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. No DLC had released, nothing. And it feels odd. I went from 8th grade to high school, all the way through high school, and the Switch has followed me with that. And not only have I grown up, but the Switch has grown up. We went from the Switch to the Switch 2.0 to the Switch Lite to the Switch OLED, and now to the Switch 2. A console that used to not be able to run things like Fortnite now can run it at 60 FPS with 4K. I think it's the end of Nintendo's "we are different" era, and I think it's starting to slowly become their "we are the industry standard" era, which is a little sad because I don't know if we'll ever get a console as cool as the Nintendo Switch. The ability to take a home console anywhere with you, amazing. But I think that's okay if we don't get the next Switch 2. Because I know their next console will be great, and they'll still keep creating better games, and good games. So, I'm gonna leave you with this. I think the Switch 2 is pretty good. I'll have a review coming out for it at some time. But, I'm so happy to have the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm so fortunate to have it, and I think I'm gonna leave it like that. Please like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, leave a comment, and I will catch you guys later.